Yo,
Welcome back.
welcome back, Reflections.
Yes.
What's goody? We live on YouTube, Tehuti TV, and we live on Eliana page right now, my wife's page, my wife, my direct. We live on her page right now. I'm on Facebook. So Facebook's right here, YouTube's right here. Tehuti TV, TEHUTI TV. All right, y'all come up in the room,
Share the video.
share the video. You know what time it is, right? In this video, we going to be going in on because somebody woke me up today like, man, can you do a video telling us how to, you know, this money scheme, then this money thing, and I was like, that's funny because I was gonna do a video on that anyway. And so I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do is break the money spell, and we're gonna show you and tell you how to get out the matrix. I have a video similar to this that shows you how to manifest money without working for the Matrix. Okay? It's called Cosmic Currency. You can find it on Tehuti TV or Melanation TV. Right now, I'm blocked on Melanation TV. I'm blocked on my Facebook and Instagram. But as you can see, we live here on Tehuti TV, and we are live here on Eliana's page on Facebook. So, in this download, we're gonna talk about how to break the money. In order to break the money spell, we first have to understand what money is. I always tell people to primarily ask three questions. What is the main three questions I tell people to ask? Who am I? What is
What is
this?
this?
How did I get here? How did I get here? Who am I? How did I get here? And what is this? Right? What is this? What is this? What's going on here? I try to get people to brainwash. Yes, I brainwash people. This is what I do. I wash your brain, man. If you have a computer that's programmed with viruses, you take it to the computer software people, they're going to wash off the motherboard. They're going to wash off the programs. They're going to have to reboot the whole computer. Therefore, people are like, oh, these brainwashing people. I'm like, yeah, duh. Your brain has been programmed in a certain way to enable you not to be able to get out of your own way. So you're being brainwashed. You're getting your brain washed. You have to unlearn what you've learned and then empty your cup and start to accept and try to understand a new understanding for you to get out of your old ways and your old habits, and your reality starts to change so you could metamorphonize. Now, with that being said, think about your first memory. What was your first memory as a child? Then ask yourself a question. Did I exist before that first memory? And how come I can't really remember anything before that? You see? With this, what you start to do is you start to deconstruct your reality. You start to say, wait a minute, slow down. What is this? Who am I? Where did I come from? You logged in. This is why we don't have a birthday. We have a login date. You logged into an internet called the Ethernet. Consciousness, reality, light. You logged in on the day you so-called were born, but you were never born because you could never be born. We have to reprogram our minds to think the right way because we don't even think the right way. You can never be born because you can never die because you're energy. You only transformed. And so with our language, we must stop speaking in these ways so that we can start to become an awakened and stay awake. The problem with a lot of people that are aware on a certain level is that they are aware on a certain level, but their everyday life doesn't match their consciousness. Their reflection of their everyday world does not match what they know. So therefore, they're in between going back to sleep, talking some real stuff, but going back to sleep. And people get stuck in this paradigm of their own mind. They're up, they're aware, but they are not aware because of the everyday life that they live. And they'll blame it on money, they'll blame it on many things. First thing we have to do to break the spell is get you to think outside the box, outside the matrix. And you have to ask these questions. You have to say, okay, why? Why is this happening? How did I get here? I just logged into this reality. I didn't. You're not gonna ask no questions about what's going on. You're just gonna keep. It's just like when we're in a dream, right? In the dream world, you are basically not asking questions and just
Right.
responding to the stimuli or the electrical signals in your dream. It's not till you wake up that you're like, yo,
Right.
I had
The
this dream and I
dream.
was doing this and I was doing that. But in the dream, you did not become lucid. You were just responding, and that's what most people are doing. Most people are just responding to the stimuli of their electrical signals through their
Mhm.
senses, right? And so, with that being said, what we have, this is what we have here. We have to ask ourselves again, how did I get here? Who am I? I just one day logged into this consciousness, right? I logged in. Then someone gave me a name, someone programmed me, someone put me to school, someone told me to eat, how to poop, how to wash myself, how to what God is. Somebody else gave me all that I know, and then I just they trained me and then they let me go into this world. And in the world was constantly training me and influencing me subconsciously to continue on this
Mhm.
pathway. And it's not until you say, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. And sometimes life has a funny way of doing that to us, make us be like, wait a minute, hold on,
Yeah.
and start to question everything. When we start to question and ask these three questions, where did I come from? What is this? And who am I?
Mhm.
When we ask those three questions, we start to break this reality down and become lucid dreamers, because life is but a dream, right? This is a projection.
Right.
When we do this, what we allow ourselves to do is look at reality for what it truly is, to a certain degree. Okay? This brings you back to a natural state. We say, okay, we start asking logical questions like, okay, why are we eating animals?
Right.
You know,
Why are we
why
using money?
why are we using money? That's gonna be the last one. But why are we eating animals? Why are we walking around with rubber on our feet? Why are we have concrete on the ground anyway?
Mhm.
How did this stuff get like this? We kind of just inherited this world that we
Right.
come into. We inherited it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why do we need to use money? And you look into nature and you're like, wow, I look into nature and all the other species don't use this form of commerce, but to make an exchange,
Mhm.
yet everything else in the universe survives and is immortal, isn't healthy, is not sick, it doesn't need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, and I'm gonna let you get it after this, you know, breaking the spell of money comes with asking these three questions first. You know, once you start asking these questions, and then not only ask the questions, but start really applying what you find out.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people, we're here in the information age. It's a saying that goes like this: in abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. We're chasing the dollar, losing the treasure. In the abundance of all this information, we're still being foolish and ignorant. How do you have all this knowledge amongst you and you can't differentiate what's true from fact?
Mhm.
And the answer to that is either the truth is already in you or it's not. So we use parables as the teachers that we are to make things clear. And today we're going to be talking about money. How to break the money spell. Got to ask those three questions, right? Got to question our reality, right? And with that being said, you want to add on anything to before I
Yeah.
take it over? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Um, Babylon has programmed us to think that, in which essentially we have programmed ourselves to think that money is, a ticket to get something that you need, but we haven't really looked at our own bodies. Just like how when you say look into nature and nothing, everything in nature is exchanging something from their body to get whatever they need, and communication with whatever they exchanging it with is equal, give and take relationship. But in Babylon, you just take that ticket and you just give them that, which it doesn't even really give any substance or value or quality to the give and take quote unquote relationship. Like it's almost like we're just taking. When we take from the earth and we take all the food and we take all the minerals and we take everything from the earth and we just we get a tree and then we take the leaf and then we alchemize the leaf into a piece of paper and then we give it right back to the person who made the tree be a paper. It's redundant and it's irrational to do that because that piece of paper has no true value. Where that piece of paper came from is what we need to be looking at, is what we need to be like, okay, where did this piece of paper come from? Just like you asked the question, where did I come from? The same place you came from is the same place where that piece of paper came from.
Mm-hmm.
So once we start to understand that, then we could break down our reality as far as what is true money and what's not true money.
Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, people like, oh, well, you need money. Here's what we need to understand. In nature, and this is where I had to come to my most purest self to understand, right? In nature, there is my everything is in balance. Nothing in nature needs to use money to pay for where it lives. Nothing in nature needs to use money to get its food. Nothing in nature needs money to. It doesn't need this form of energy to function. We are the only species on this planet that has to use this method of energy that we've created to actually function. It's because we live outside of the true matrix, which is nature, is a world that was here before we evolved into what we evolved into or devolved. So then you look at nature and you say, well, all of these other species, from bacteria to cells, all the cells, nano world, the nano world where we actually are, nothing
Mm-hmm.
uses any kind of commerce to exchange goods or what we have to offer. Okay, everything shares. There's enough for everybody, and people are all, or things or species are all in harmony with each other. So, and I'll give you an example using the body. This is how you know money is fake and you don't need money to live on this earth. When you breathe in the oxygen that you breathe, the same amount that you breathe in is the same amount that you have to give back. This is balanced. When you eat your food, the same amount you put in is the same amount of dirt or soil that comes out.
Right.
Here in carbonation, we call our stomach a pot. We call the stomach a pot because of the fact that this is a converter that converts what we eat back into the original thing that grew it, which is the minerals and soil that would actually grow it back. So basically, we are the earth and we are connected with it, and everything that we have to pay for, we already rich. Why? Because when we breathe in oxygen, this is what sustains our life. Oxygen, when we breathe it in, it's our birthright to breathe, right? When we let it out, we let out the equal amount of carbon for something else. When we drink water, we drink it, our body takes what it needs, converts everything else in the equal amount that we drunk, it will come out of us.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is in balance, everything is in harmony. You are already rich in nature. Your food is your birthright. You don't know how, you shouldn't have to go do anything to get your food other than harvest, other than farm your own food. We shouldn't have to do anything. When we do eat our food, that food is converted in our body to for food for another part of what we are. This is how you know that we are actually already free. When you take money and you say, okay, in order for you to get your water, in order for you to get your food, in order for you to get your shelter, you have to go get this money first. You are taking people out of the natural equilibrium
Right.
of life, of nature. So the lower self uses this form of energy to regulate its system and to keep control over the minds that play the game. We do not need to use money. Now, they The system has spread itself to the point where now they took in all of the resources, right? They've taken all of the resources that sustain our life. They train people to go fight over the resources, take it and bring it to a market and wait for trade for money. Where there used to be a bartering system. And the problem with money and its system is capitalism. It's this construct of its system. It's called capitalism. Capitalism allows there to be a rich and to be a poor. The more rich you get, the more money you get. This is what I learned in Babylon. The more money you get, the more less someone else has. The more money you get, the less someone else has. And that's how money works. The more money you get, the more less someone else has. That's how capitalism works. So once we understand money, and now I tell you, you don't need to worry about money. This is how you get out the matrix. You got to get out of Babylon. You're working a job right now. You like, Nature Boy, how the fuck I'm supposed to get up out of here? And I'm here to tell you that you have to believe in the universe. You do not have to work for Babylon to make money. Really, the money that you want, right, is going to buy you shelter, food, water, and all the things you need. But what I'm here to tell you is if you have faith in the universe, which you call God, and you step out on faith that God is always going to take care of you. The universe is always going to take care of you. You could quit your job right now. This is what Jesus told the rich man. He said it's harder for a rich man to get into the kingdom of God than it is a camel through the hole of a needle. Jesus told the rich man, he said, all that you have right now, go sell it, give it away, and come follow me, and go proclaim the kingdom. And he said, and he looked at Jesus, and he said, what? He hit Jesus with the Russell Westbrook, like, what? What? And Jesus says, see, it's harder for a rich man to get into, because he had too much wealth. The more you gain, the more material things you have. And this is detachments, reflections. Listen to me very closely. You came here for a mission. You came here for a purpose. You do not supposed to attach yourself to the things that you have in this life. People, things. You come here for a mission. People come along to help you with that mission for a certain time and place. Some people come for a season. Some people come for a lifetime. But very rare. So all energy is borrowed. Everything is borrowed. And it is not what you do. Is what you do with the energy when it's in your possession that says everything about. Some people were mad at me. They're like, yo, you had $300,000 and you ain't do nothing. Like, yo, I gave that money back to humanity. I gave that money back to the people. Nobody really knows what I did. I just helped people. I helped put this message out. What was important to me. See, you get rich and you want to do a certain thing with your money, and that says everything about who you are. For me, I already had money. So when I received all that money, I knew there was a test. So I gave it back to humanity. I gave it back to people. I helped people with that money. This is what helped me put my message out further and broadcast my message. And so I don't value it. I value people. I value us. I don't value the money. Money is made from linen and cotton, the plant. Here's what's important. You are in a zoo. You are in a simulated environment. You logged into a simulated environment. You inherited a world. You inherited a simulated environment. And in this simulated environment, they're controlling your resources. They're controlling you. You are free range, what they call humans, but your cells, but you're free ranged. All of this stuff is a system that goes against what you truly are. And it's up to you to actually find a way to get out of this system. But the only way to get out of the system is this: righteousness. Seeking the kingdom of God, which is doing the right thing regardless of whatever. Okay? Don't worry about money. Live day by day. Do the right thing that you're supposed to do today when no one is looking. Because you are looking
Mm-hmm.
and you are recording your own self. Your subconscious is recording you. Do the right thing. Do not steal. Do not do things that harm other people or other entities. Do the right thing. Put one foot in front of the other. Do not worry about tomorrow or what will happen tomorrow if I do this and then I ain't got this and then what if I ain't got that. Stop. Now is all that you have. The now is all that you have. You do not have tomorrow. All you have is today, and what you do today will determine your tomorrow. So if you say, I'm not going to do this job no more, I'm leaving. I'm going to have faith in the universe that the universe will, you're going to be met with doubt. You're going to be met with people in your life that's going to tell you, no, you can't do that. This is crazy. What are you doing? How you going to do this? How you going to do that? Don't worry. When you live in the moment like this, you are living in the infinite possibilities. When you live in there, now the magic of reality in the universe could take you on its journey.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people have been programmed to think in the monetary system. This is part of Babylon. That's the Babylonian system. Nature doesn't work like that. Do not worry how you will eat, what you will drink, all these attachments you have and people that doesn't want to go with you. You're being held back by these people. Reflections, I'm telling you right now, let go.
Mm-hmm.
Because you worry, you create problems for yourself. Things are not going to go always the way you plan it. Matter of fact, most of the times your plan is not going to happen. You have to submit your will to the universe. And you have to say, I'm here. Take me. And you have to take the ride. But the ride is scary because you're not going to feel that you're in control. And the only way you're gonna ever get a real sense of control, because that's what we all we're no one's happy without a sense of control. This is what everybody desires, to control their environment. That's what make them happy. To control their environment. Whether they know it or not, whether they want to say it or not, everybody's happy when their reality is doing what they want it to do. So that means you were going to have to learn a certain amount of control. If you want to control your environment, control this. Control your emotions. Control your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Control you. This is how you control everything else, is by being in control of you. It's not about what happens to you, it's about your response to what happens. Because this has everything with you having control over you. And when you learn how to master your emotions, master yourself, you will learn how to master your reality. Because your reality will not have to respond to you, to what you allow to let happen. Right?
Yes.
You wanna
Yeah, I want to add
go
on. It's a very beautiful journey. Once you let go of everything and truly open your mind
ahead.
to let the universe guide you, it's a very beautiful experience because, just like my husband said, if you want to control we have the misinterpretation of control as well. We think of, when we hear the word control, we think of the like physical control, like, okay, I have this, so now I know that I can get this or that I could do this. But a whole different type of control is to control your emotions, control your thoughts, control what you're thinking, because whatever you're thinking is what you're creating. If you're in a space like that, without attachments, without the use of money to let the universe guide you, you could truly see how your mind works, because whatever you're thinking, whatever your intent is, whatever your heart desires is going to show up in your life. So that's the key foundation to getting out of Babylon as well, having a pure intent. If your heart is pure and you have a pure intent to do the right thing, to
Hmm.
be righteous, then the universe is going to guide you out, and it just is what it is.
So many
There's
people get scared,
yeah.
get afraid. Somebody just mentioned something on YouTube, and I wanna address it. He said, "Dude, you're not living in nature. Get real." Well, first of all, you gotta learn what nature is, sir. You gotta learn what it is. Like, we have to know what nature is. A lot of people do not know what nature is. When you say nature, you have to understand one thing: is that we are a middle ground. We are plug. We are railroad. You understand? We are what helps you transform into your higher self. We are here for service humanity. Soon, Babylon will fall. When it falls, the meek shall inherit the earth. The meek shall inherit the earth. Babylon will self destruct. When Babylon or the Matrix self destructs, like it always has in history, all of these civilizations they crumble apart. When they do, the meek shall inherit the earth. One day you're gonna come outside. There's not gonna be a government. One day you're gonna come outside. There's not gonna be no borders. There's not gonna be anything, and it's not gonna be no Babylon one day. And we're gonna inherit the earth. So, with that being said, you have to understand what nature is. You are in the last days. These are the last days. That's what the information age is all about. It is a period where you're able to transform. This is your grace period. Do not take the knowledge that you have at your access for granted. Please do not take it for granted. Please use the knowledge that is at your hand, at the drop of your hand. Please utilize all this information out here. Utilize it. Don't just sit around and argue about it. Use it to advance your life. Please don't sit around criticizing one another. Share what you have as you walk on your own journey. Please don't take for granted this moment of grace, giving you the opportunity to seek the divine information that is hidden between all this knowledge. Focus your minds on what is real and what is true. We are here to help you. We are here to help you transition. We are here as if the trees could yell out and warn you, if the sun could talk to you itself, it would talk to you and say this with nature.
Thanks.
Please minimize your use of the carbon footprint. Please minimize your carbon footprint. Please move closer to who what you are, which is nature. Please, your body is like a computer, and the earth is like the motherboard. Okay, and when you get the proper oxygen, okay, let me say this: each one of us are like pieces of a puzzle. We're all the same thing. I am you, you are me. I am you, you are me. We are all the same thing. Some of us are more of it than others.
Yes.
Some of us are more of what we all are than others. So we have more to offer. But with great gifts come great responsibility. So don't think because I have more than you or I might know more than you that I don't have a greater responsibility. I have to even go even harder. I have to be of service even more. I have to deal with more hate. I have to deal with it. I have to keep going. The meanest people say the meanest things to me. We have not harmed anyone. I have not done anything to anyone. Yet people hate me. For what? For no reason. Meanwhile, people call me a cult leader. But what is my culture is the question to the true intellects. Anybody that's intellectual, to have a mind of their own, that can think for themselves, the question is, what culture is he a part of? What does he stand for? Maybe he is a cult leader, but what is his culture? Is it the military who trains people to kill natives and steal their resources because they live under it, come kill people? Is that the cult that you mean, the culture you talking about? All Nature Boy is telling you to do is go live in harmony with the universe and live in harmony with nature. Teaching you knowledge of self, letting you know what reality is. Is that a crime? Oh, maybe you don't like the way I said it. So anyone that can think for themselves, I ask you to, I beg of you, please do some research. If somebody's a cult leader, ask yourself, what is their culture? I mean, we got all kind of cults out here: the Army, the Navy, Join one. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the United States, Jamaica. Join one of these cults because they have their own culture. Any people that's moving at a set of rules, well, guess what my culture is? My culture is nature.
Thanks.
My culture is the universe, universal law. That's my culture. My culture is to live in harmony with my own body, to love myself head to toe, to accept myself, study myself head to toe, to know myself in every way, scientifically study myself on every level. That is all that I come to do, is to know who I am. That is my culture. And all that I found that was real and true was nature. And as I took a deeper look at nature, I realized what nature was. I realized what I was. That I was nature, nature was me, and that I'm living on a cell, and I'm a cell. I'm not a human. I'm actually a cell. I start to question my reality. I start to say, why am I working to eat when nothing in nature does this? None of the birds do this. None of the flowers do this. And I do believe that we have to work, but why we work for money? Why does money have to be a form of energy we work for? Because this money itself lets us know, money itself lets us know that we are in our lower self. Because we need money to coach us to do the right thing. We should have morals and principles set to whereas we don't need money. What money does, especially in the construct of capitalism, is make people lazy. Bad people make you not have to have good morals. If you got good money, if you have all the money, you get all the good women, you get all the good food, you get all the expensive food, you get the best of the world if you got money. But you could be the worst of a person.
Yeah.
Money sucks because the most evil people, because it's set up for the most evil step on your throat type people to make it and be successful. To make money, you have to be cut off. To make a lot of money, you're just gonna have to be someone that takes from someone else. Money makes people bad. When in nature, everything works for something else. Everything that they are is for the benefit of something else. See, with me, if you give me a whole bunch of money, I'm only gonna take what I need and give the rest away. That's how I am. Whatever I get, I don't care what I have. I take what I need and I share the rest. And if we all thought like that, we wouldn't need money because there's enough to go around. There's no reason why you got a 30-room mansion and there's someone homeless. See, but when you get money, you can have a mansion. You got 30,000 rooms, but there's homeless people on the street. This is what capitalism does. There's no reason why you got this fancy car that costs all this money and there's somebody walking. You don't need that. I only want what I need, and anything extra I wish to share with someone else that don't have. That is the moral and principle that nature has. Nature only takes what it needs. You can't feed a plant more water than it's able to take.
Right.
It'll flood over.
Mm-hmm.
You can't eat more than your body will let you eat. No matter what your mind tells you, you can't stuff in you more than your body will let you do it. Nothing in nature overtakes, overgives. Only parasites do. A parasite, a virus, takes more than it can give. We are acting in our lower selves just by utilizing money. I hate money. I despise it. I despise money. We do not need it. We have to get to a point of understanding. Now, when I say, okay, are you supposed to like go live without money right now? No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm trying to make you see the construct of money. If this is how they control animals, like gorillas and lions and tigers and bears, right? You go to the circus and you say, how did they get those lions to jump through the hoops? Well, they control them by controlling their resources.
Right.
See, you pay homage to money when you should pay homage to nature because that's where your food comes from. You've been trained to praise money instead of praising each other, giving value to each other, or giving value to what really matters, which is the resource. You've been praised to give praise to these symbols. Money is a symbol of the resource. And so you worry about money. You should be looking at the tree when you eat your food, inside of you, thanking the tree, touching the core, eating the core, touching the core, saying thank you to Mama Nature. But you, Mother and Father Nature, but you do not say that. You go into your supermarket, you buy it, you eat, you buy it, you eat, you buy it, you desensitize, disconnect from what you truly are.
Mm-hmm.
In the process of you leaving Babylon, you will need money. Not saying that you're gonna not gonna need money, but it will come to you mysteriously. Money will
That's
come
facts.
to you mysteriously. You do not have to work for the bank. Money is just gonna come to you. You must have faith though. Money's gonna. I sound crazy, I know to some of you. But if you have faith in the universe, you have a righteous heart, a pure heart, money will fall in your lap. Do never work for money. Do what you designed and your purpose is to do, and do it for free from your heart, and the universe will take care of you in the form of many things. You will always have something to eat. You will always, day to day, live by day to day. Do not plan for the future. Live day by day by day. Put one foot in front of the other. If you worry about tomorrow, you have already lived in fear, and then you will create this fear and you will crumble. And this will not work for you. But if you listen to me, if you listen, you do not have to work for the bank. I want you to understand something right now. The company that you work for is owned by the bank. I don't care who you work for, they're owned by the bank. Babylon's system is ran, the devil itself is ran, is it uses the bank. That is its source. It uses the bank. And so when you go to work for the bank, and you trust me, your company is owned by the bank. I don't care if you work for an insurance company, you think you got your own business, you just an overseer. You working for the devil. If you work for money, you're working for the evil one. You do not have to work for the evil one to make money. Money will be given to you.
Facts.
Mysterious ways, through mysterious things. Everything that money can buy you, all you have to do is have faith. Do the righteous thing, do the right thing, be quiet, move toward being in harmony with nature. Share and proclaim the kingdom of God. Make sure you tell people how to do the right thing. If as it works for you, you relay the message to someone else. Many people will disagree with you. Many people will understand. Very few will understand. Many people will disagree. Because the world is not going to like you. Because you're not worldly. You don't think like the world. The
Right.
world is not going to like you at first. But after a while, and every tongue shall confess. Money's going to drop out of nowhere. Money's going to come from nowhere. Do not have any fear. See it in your mind, visualize, and say, you know you got a good heart. Do whatever you do for free. And Babylon will tell you, well, what are you going to get for it? What do you do this, but what you going to get? Don't think like that. Always think about what you can give. Always think about what you can give. I only desire more so I can give more. Only think about what you can give. What can you give? You want to know a secret? When all of this is said and done, none of the stuff that you gain will matter. The only thing that's going to matter is what you gave. What you gave without getting nothing in return. What have you given with, to humanity without getting nothing in return? What have you donated? This is how nature works. Nature works like this. It doesn't care about it's not thinking about what it's going to receive. It's thinking about what it's going to give. Everything in nature is working for something else.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody worked for somebody else for free, we all be rich. If you did music for free, if I did what I did for free, if everybody did it from their heart space, this would be euphoria. So you know that that's what's going to change the world. So somebody has to do it. Someone has to start it out. Someone has to say, no, this is how we do things. Someone has to be the change. Why not you? Why not you? Why aren't you being the change? Hmm? You have to be the change that you know that the world that you want to see in the world. You have to be that change. A lot of people will say, this guy's crazy, out of his mind. But I'm telling you that the universe will take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Work for free. Do whatever you do for free. Do it from your heart, and you will be blessed. Put not your treasures in these worldly things, but put them in the heavenly, the higher self. Do it from your heart space. Everyone in the room, I want you to know right now, do not fear what you will eat, what you will drink. Do it from your heart. You have a talent. Tap into your talent and do it from your heart. As you start to question your reality, I want you to realize your reality, the matrix is made of three main materials. Alchemy. Understand alchemy. The three main materials that your reality is made from: wood, plastic, which is oil, and what? Metal, which is the ground, which is the earth. It's alchemized metals. Once you understand that your reality, your whole matrix, the matrix, this is how you escape the matrix, right here. This is how you escape the matrix, by understanding the material it's made from. Look around you. You're going to see three main elements: plastic, metal, and wood. These three elements come from where? They come from nature. Right. So why are we living against what we are? If you make this from nature, that means your world is fake. You created this fake world
Mm-hmm.
from concrete, wood, plastic, metal. All of those things come from the earth. You're using the earth against itself, you're cancerous.
Facts.
Reflections. If you want to live in harmony with the earth, you're going to have to live in harmony with your body. You cannot live in harmony with nature if you cannot live in harmony with your body. You have to leave your hair alone. Your body is your soul. Your body is symbolic of your mind. It's your soul. This is your soul in solid form. Did you hear me? Your soul manifested itself into this realm's form.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, we have to learn how to live in harmony with our natural body. You have to live in harmony with this planet before you can live in harmony with the planet. Your body is a planet. Stop cutting your hair. Let your hair grow its natural way. Your hair is your crown chakra. This is your crown chakra. This is what they didn't teach you when you were learning your chakras, that your hair is your crown chakra. It is actually busting out of your head. It is your nervous system. It is energy. Your hair is literally energy. It is busting out of your scalp, out of your brain. Because there's a nerve that connects it to your brain, which is called the hair root plexus. The hair root plexus, you can go Google this, look it up. The hair root plexus is a nerve that connects your hair to your brain and your spine. So this is an extension of your brain. When you tamper with it, you are tampering with what controls and manipulates brain waves. The more your hair is gonna naturally want to knot up. Why? Because it becomes more conducive this way. It's able to bring in energy and actually emit energy
Mm-hmm.
really fast, right? So your hair has what is called cuticles. The cuticles open up and they close like a flower. Certain temperatures that your body, your hypothalamus gives, will allow your hypothalamus controls your temperature. When your hypothalamus goes up to a certain temperature, maybe you're in love or you're thinking about being in love, your cuticles will open up. You will blush, you will start sweating, perspire. Your lymphatic system is actually a system that actually sends out your aura. Your body is a manifestation tool. Okay, so your aura is your odor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is why they're trying to deodorize you, so they can cut you off from what you are. You're a manifestation machine. Everything you are. Your eyes are not just bringing in light, they're projecting your reality. Like a movie screen, your eyes are projectors of your reality. Your hair is a not only bringing energy in, but it emits energy. Your skin not only brings energy in, but it emits energy. All this sends signals out into the quantum field, which actually manifests what you really want. So your whole body is a thought. It's a thinking machine. It's a manifesting machine, and it's sending out signals, and you're tampering with the receptors, with the transmitters. Your whole body's a transmitter. When you mess with your hair, you're actually messing with your brain waves, because your hair has a lot to do with brain waves. Your hair allows you to bring in brain waves. It actually
Right.
regulates your brain waves, your hair. No one's going to tell you this because maybe they don't understand it. Maybe this is what I came to bring as the collective consciousness. Your hair being black, it's supposed to be black. The blacker it is, the more conducive it is absorb more light. If it can absorb more light, it can absorb more oxygen, it can absorb more water, it can absorb more of the elements, then guess what? It can absorb more minerals, then it is better and more conducive for your actual manifestation. So your hair is literally energy. You don't want to touch your hair, because when you brush your hair or comb your hair out,
Yeah.
you are uncoiling it. You are uncoiling it, making it less conducive and
Mm-hmm.
making you less of a transmitter of what you're trying to manifest. So you are getting in your own way. And the first thing they do to a
Mm-hmm.
slave is cut the slave's hair to disconnect the slave from what it really is. Then you have an aura. This is where your lymphatic system comes in. Your aura is actually sending off a signal to find your lover, to manifest your lover, manifest people, manifest anything that you're thinking about. Whatever you think about and focus on, your aura will actually boop, 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 send out a signal. But the food that you're eating is actually giving you a bad aura,
Mm.
which is a bad odor. Because you're eating the wrong foods that are not from the earth. Your body is made from the earth and all of the elements of the atmosphere. And you're eating the wrong codes, putting the wrong food in your body, which are the wrong codes. These codes come out and they stink. You stink because you're putting the wrong foods in your body. What you're doing is you're confused, and your body is a very smart, intelligent being. Your body is telling you, hey, stop that.
Right.
Do not put that in your body. And so what happens is when you poop, it stinks because you have little bacterias from the food that you ate that actually has a distinctive smell to you that's like, ew, that stinks. And so you've been trained to go wash that off and then go back to doing the same behavior that makes your body stink. Your body's actually a computer letting off what is called a sensor. That sensor is telling you through the senses, you ate the wrong thing. Don't eat that again. But no, we were trained in our culture and our cult that we were born into, that we have to continue to eat like this because this is the way we do it. And so you are deaurarizing yourself. So what you're doing is actually lowering your reception.
Mm-hmm.
You're lowering your reception and your transmission to what you're trying to be. So you're going against your own self
Right.
when your skin is a computer. When you wash off your skin, when you lost the sebum off your skin, what you're doing is you're making yourself more susceptible to diseases. You take too many showers, you're showering in water that's melanin, your melanin plays as an antenna. Okay, your carbon in you, everybody has carbon. Some have more than others. So your carbon plays as an antenna, like your SIM card in your phone. The SIM card in your phone has little semiconductors. They're not organic, they're inorganic semiconductors, maybe made from silicone. And these semiconductors actually help transmit the wave. Whoop. So your melanocytes in your skin, your eyes, your hair actually play as the same thing as your SIM cards. They're semiconductors. These semiconductors, your body is like a supercomputer, and these semiconductors inside of your being actually allow you to be more receptive to what you truly are, which is the universe. It connects you to what you really are. So we are trained from birth to disconnect from what we actually are. So the melanin in each one of us, each melanocyte plays as a SIM card in your phone. Now your phone, when it's far away from the tower, what happens? When someone try to send you a text message, maybe they try to send you a picture mail, they want to send you a video. Anything that's has a certain amount of files cannot. So you're vibrating at a certain frequency. So your phone is vibrating at a certain frequency, so it did not get that message.
Right.
So somebody will hit you up like, yo, you didn't get my text? Like, nah, I didn't get a text. Oh, where were you at? Oh, I was in a rural area where I couldn't get signal. So you was disconnected and you couldn't receive the codes. This is the same way the sun works. This is the same way your body works when it's to the sun, oxygen, water, and earth, what you eat. Now, with the GMO foods, it's disconnecting you from what you are. With the water, what they're putting in the water, with the chlorine in the water, with the fluoride, with all the metals, pharmaceuticals, all these things, and who God knows what else, the nanotechnology they're putting in the water is actually disconnecting you and insulating you from what you actually are. This is what allows you to walk around in the world that you in and your dimension of your mind that you're in and do the things that you're doing because you're disconnected from what you truly are. Then they tell you to deodorize yourself. Your underarms, it perspirize, like you're perspirating. This is supposed to be something that helps you emit out into the universe. You are a transmitter of thought. A transmitter receives thoughts and actually it emits thoughts. You are a transmitter of the universe. That's what your being is. And the more you start to understand this, the more closer you're gonna, more organic you gonna wanna live on this earth. You're gonna wanna go closer to the trees. Why? You're gonna wanna be in the jungle because you're gonna want to be around a lot of trees. Why? Because trees give you oxygen. And what does oxygen do? Oxygen helps you against hypoxia. Hypoxia is when the brain waves are vibrate to the frequency where you're damn near brain dead.
Yeah.
We got so many people walking around in their lower self. The lower self is when your brain is vibrating in a lower state. And these waves are not good. You got no hair on your head, so you're not able to bring in any light so that it can actually heighten your brain waves. Your hair has a lot to do with the brain waves that you receive and your brain waves. Your hair helps you with brain waves. It's an extension of your brain.
Right.
You would never let somebody tamper with your brain, but you'll let somebody tamper with your hair, which is an extension of your brain. No, leave your brain alone. Let's call this what it is. It is your seventh chakra, it's your crown. Let's call it your brain. It's your nervous system. Let's call it what it is. Don't let people tamper with your nervous system. Don't cut
Yes.
it. It's okay to dress it up. It's okay to dress it up to your likings and pull it up, put it there, but leave it alone. Because just like a car, you could get a car, right, and hook the car up, right? But you don't want to hook the car up and put rims on a car that's going to tear the transmission up, right? So you want to hook your hair up, but you don't want to hook it up to the point where it takes away from the functions
Right.
of the hair. Okay? You can dress your hair up without messing with the functions of your hair. You understand what I'm saying? We have to learn how to accept ourselves the way we are. We are all unique beings. And if you don't love yourself, you'll never find the one that's supposed to accept you the way you are. There might be 1,000 people in the room, and only one person will accept you as you are, who you are, and love you as you are. But if you try to be like the 1,000 people in that room, you will never find that one person. You got to be you. You got to love your uniqueness. You have to understand that you are a vibration of everything. Anybody that loves themselves knows this and appreciates your vibration of themselves. Okay? Now, not saying that all vibrations are good vibrations, because there's vibrations of myself I cannot stand and I will not stand for. And you're gonna meet those too. People that don't know how to love themselves, they're vibrating at you. They are you vibrating at a frequency that
Yeah.
doesn't allow them to understand what they are. So then this is gonna upset you. So you're gonna get away from those people like, yo, you don't even know who you are. Get out of here. Okay? So the hair on your face, your eyebrows, these are all receptors that help bring in light to your eyes. Your eyebrows help bring in light or bring in light to your eyes, right? So that you can, all of this is recepting, is bringing stuff in and helping you emit. No
Facts.
one ever talks about how carbon allows things to actually also, carbon in the skin and carbon in the eye, and you're a cell phone. If you got a cell phone, right, and you know you're far away from the tower, right? Now, either you're gonna go get something that acts as another antenna that actually plays as a semi, tower that will send the signal more fast. You're gonna find something as a middle.
It's
Uh,
called
what is it? What are those called?
dang, it's called
A booster.
yeah,
Either you're gonna find something that's gonna boost that signal so that it gets there, which would be us.
a
We're
router.
like we're a router, right? We're like a router.
Yeah.
We're a booster. We take it and boost it so you can get it because you're too far away from it.
Right.
So the internet allows us to take the message that we give and boost it to you. Something that you would get on your own, but you can't get it because you're not connected to your resources. Your hair is not growing out of your head just for looks. Everything is technical. Everything is mathematical. Everything on your body is this is a computer. Your body's a computer. You need to be treating it like it's a computer. You could see us today if you look at the common world. You see we're dying out here, doing all kind of crazy stuff to out here.
Yeah.
Cutting it off like we do as thy wilt. That's the world that we live in. And the world that we live in is going dishonoring God. How do you dishonor God? You dishonor God by dishonoring God's creation. You are God, not knowing you're God, dishonoring your own self. You dishonor your creation. When I found out what my hair was, I never want to touch it again. I never ever want to touch my hair again. I actually want to honor my creation by not touching it, by allowing it to be what it is.
That's facts.
And I don't want to harm nature. I don't want to harm any humans. I don't want to harm anybody. I just want to live in harmony with everything. I have a social media. I want to use my social media to bring awareness to what's really going on out here. And I won't stop. Long as I got breath, long as I'm here, I'm going to bring awareness and do the right thing.
Facts.
No one knows what I sacrificed to do what I'm doing right now. And that's okay because it's recorded. I have treasures in heaven. In the higher self, I have treasures. Here, I wish to only take what I need and allow the rest to have. And I have to be the change that I want to see in the world. I have to be the change. Okay? So, money. People will tell you that money's a token. It's a bad one.
Yeah.
It's a bad token. You're going to have to use it now. You're going to have to use it. You're going to need it. But never attach yourself to it. Always never value money. Value people. Value nature. Value the resource. Value each other. These are the things you value. Don't be chasing and looking, oh, I need the money. No, 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 no. Stop thinking about money all the time. Maybe you could think about what you need the money to do with the money. Sometimes you could just think about what you need instead of the money. The money is just a bad token. It's a bad token. If the fact that we're using money lets us know how far we are from being what we're supposed to be. We should be able to do things because it's the right thing to do. We don't need money. Money is like having training wheels on a bike. How long do you ride with training wheels? We should be able to do the right thing without some medium grounds. People are bad, and we need to enforce my laws. so that people won't be bad, so we don't have to use money. You live in the northern hemisphere, perhaps. Do you think that if they let the animals out the jungle or out the zoo, that the animals would stay there?
Yeah, no.
The animals that are in the zoo where you at, if the animals in the Bronx Zoo, you think they let the gorilla out the Bronx Zoo that it's gonna try to stay there and integrate? No, the gorilla's gonna innately
Right.
know to leave and go to its natural environment. All humans belong between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. It goes like this between the tropics. You are out of the reception of what you are. You're like a cell phone, and the sun is your tower. And you're not getting all the codes, the light codes. So we are getting the codes, and we
Right.
put those online so that you can get them, so that you can wake up and be like, yo, I gotta go get my own codes, because each and every one of us has some kind of intuitive information we was born with to share. And the internet is such a beautiful place because we could put all this information that we innately were born with, each one of us having a piece of the puzzle. We could all share the information so we could collective, so everybody could collect the information and say, yo, this is the all, so that we're not missing any pieces. But as long as you're quiet, as long as you're not articulating your piece, then we will ever forgetting the piece of God that we are. You are a piece of God. And you came here with intuitive information, with intuitive knowledge. This is what you came here to bring. But are you giving it to the world? Are you online sharing your knowledge? I don't care if it's through music or whatever it is. The way you articulate yourself has a lot to do with your Mercury. What did you bring? What did you come to bring? What did you come to give to humanity? That's the question, reflection. Work for free. Don't worry about money. Money's gonna come, and when you get it, you're gonna just use it to bail your food out of jail. You're gonna use it. It's a silly fucking concept, money it is, you
Yeah,
know?
it is.
We look at money for what it really is. It's like, yo, we gotta pay for our shelter here, you know? And the universe just sends us money in some kind of form through donation or for what we're doing. We're working for God. Every day we wake up, we're working for God. I'm so glad I don't have to work for the devil. Every day I get up,
That's
I
facts.
proclaim them. Every day I get up, this is my job right here. This is my job. You know what my pay is? The universe makes sure I have all that I need every single day. I don't know where my next meal is come from. I don't know. But the universe provides. And it will provide for you. Just do the right thing. Proclaim the kingdom of God. Yell it at the top of your lungs. What you have to offer humanity, offer it. Use your social media. You don't need permission from anybody. You have a phone. You could turn your phone on and speak your truth, because your truth matters. Maybe you're assigned to like 3 people. Maybe 3 people are supposed to hear what you say. Then you spark them, and then they spark someone else, and then they spark someone else, and you don't know your effect that you're going to have on everything. You have an influence. You're not a drop in the ocean. You are the whole ocean in a drop. Live day by day. Put one foot in front of the other. Don't worry. You worry. Everybody wants to into the kingdom, but doesn't want to sacrifice. You will have to sacrifice. You will
Facts.
have to sacrifice. Everybody wants to be a king. Everybody wants to be a queen, but nobody wants to sacrifice. How is this chess? In chess, you have to sacrifice sometimes to win the war. You're in a spiritual warfare. There will be sacrifice. Attachments. You gonna have to let some of them people go. Some of your only loved ones gonna have to go. Look at Mark 3 in the Bible. Mark 3, verse 20. Jesus is ran up on by his family. His own family calls him crazy. In Mark 3:20, you go down to the then they called him the devil. His own family, his own people call him the devil. Then you go down to Mark 3, you go down to verse 31. Jesus is said to say, he had a crowd of people around him. He said, your mother, and they said, your mother and your brother are trying to get through the crowd to come to you. Jesus denies that he has a mother and a brother. He says, who is my mother and my brother? Then he points to his disciples. He points to the people that are around him. He says, those that do my mother and father's will, nature's will, are my mother, sister, and brother. So he denies his Babylon family. And he says, family is frequency. Whoever is serving God and proclaiming the kingdom is my family.
Facts.
Go look it up. Go look up John 15, verse 18, where Jesus talks about those that pick up their cross and proclaim the kingdom, speak the truth, the divine truth, objective truth, will be hated. Because if they were of the world, you're not of the world. You're in the world, but you're not of the world. And because if you were of the world would love you. And the world does not love you because of the fact that you're not a part of it. You've been chosen to be the change, to bring the change, to bring the balance. Study to know thyself approved. Study. You're going to be tested.
Yes.
All of your so-called truth must be aligned with objective scientific facts. You're going to be tested. People are going to hate you. Your own family is going to hate you. You're going to have to level up. You're going to be stoned. You will be hated. But your reward is not for this life right now. Your reward comes after. But believe what I'm telling you. Do not be ashamed before men to do the righteous thing. Or you'll be disowned after this. In the afterlife, you will be disowned. Everything that you're doing is recorded by your own subconscious. You don't get away with anything. Everything is being recorded. You are recording yourself. Do the right thing, reflection.
Facts.
Come out of Babylon. Babylon is here. Question everything. Question your reality. Look at the squares around you. There's no squares in nature. You are already rich. When you breathe in, you cannot breathe in more than you can breathe out. When you eat your food, you cannot eat more than you have to give back. When you drink your drink, you cannot drink more than you have to give back. That means that you are already balanced within nature. Within nature, you are rich. Rich. Balanced. With that being said, we're going to close it out with my queen with her last words. I know you is over here
Yeah.
getting it.
um, when you're on the righteous path, you can't serve two masters at the same time. You can't serve money and nature at the same time. It's just not gonna work because nature does not flow like how money flows. You know the
Mmm.
how money the concept of money flows. Nature does not flow like that. So if you wanna work for money and you wanna dedicate your energy into harnessing that alone, dedicate all of yourself to that. Don't be trying to come to nature and trying to be like nature guide me or the universe guide me because it's not gonna work out. But if you truly wanna let the universe guide you, you have to have faith in the universe. I do want to make another video
You got to
after
work.
this one to like give y'all a personal scoop on my journey so I could influence everybody out there who is actually on the journey because I could give you a little bit about my journey and how I came and was have faith in the universe throughout my entire journey. So with that being
Can
said,
I say one more thing
yeah,
before
yeah,
you
yeah, go
begin?
ahead, baby.
You going to have to work.
Mhm.
Do not think this is going to come free. Nothing is free. Everything comes with a price.
Facts.
The price of following the Christ, the price of coming into your higher self is that every day when you wake up, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to articulate this message to the world every day. Whether you got 3 people in the room, this room got 1,000 people in the room, this room got 20 people in the room. It doesn't matter. You have to proclaim the kingdom every day you are awake. Every day you must speak the truth. Speak your truth. This is your work. And for your work, you will be paid. It's just not like, oh, I'm going to leave Babylon and be lazy. No, we're not lazy. We are constantly working. And
Facts.
when we wake up in the morning, we are sending out light codes all day. We work for nature. We make sure that humanity is getting the light codes. You have no excuse. You have no excuse because these light codes have been sent out. And so if you do not take them, fine, that is on you. But you have been warned.
Facts.
And we hear you work. You work. You don't get from nature and just take from nature and don't send out these messages. Every day you wake up like you wake up for the devil and you go to work, you wake up for God. Every day we are at service to humanity. Every day I get up, I do a video for you guys. If I'm not doing a video, I'm over here doing something else. I'm helping somebody. I'm helping somebody on a
Mhm.
one-on-one level. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you do a video. You don't have to do a video. You could be helping someone in your everyday life, one-on-one.
Facts.
And with that being said, we out of here, man.
I love myself.
I love my self reflection.
You did good,
Peace.
baby.
Gotta turn this one on.